Nike's football roster is like the Champions League of marketing power. Mbappe owns the Superfly, Vinny Jr. keeps the Vapor electrified, Musiala brings the flair to the Tiempo, and Haaland, he's the face of the Phantom. Being a AAA Nike athlete means more than just wearing the swoosh on your boots. It means you're in the realms of bespoke signature colourways, big campaigns and global hype. Haaland's 2023 signing tonight wasn't just a boot deal, it was a reset of how the swoosh approached their endorsements. A new era with those 4 players spearheading each silo. And now, just over 2 months after its launch, the new Phantom 6 drops with the first signature edition for the Man City and Norwegian beast. The Fire Within is Haaland's 4th signature and the 5th colourway in the Phantom 6 line. It's bold, explosive, but with so many boots dropping almost daily, the real question is that what buyers, and more specifically, collectors, want? Now, I've already mentioned this is the 5th colourway of the Phantom 6. You'll find some collectors will go all in, completionists looking to get the full set of a boot, which, trust me, was a lot easier 10 years ago than it is today, and no thanks to in part just how many bloody releases the brands feel the need to release. I've always been a big fan of the first and the last in the series, but more recently have stuck with the full set for the Phantom, starting with the GX, then onto the GX2. So, of course, I'm going to continue it with this new Phantom 6. I do enjoy finding out the supposed story for the boot drops. To be fair, sometimes they really are considered and can make the drop. Other times you're just like, really? So for the Fire Within, Nike have gone with this angle of Haaland being all about inevitability. Goals are inevitable when Haaland's on the pitch. He's larger than life, too big to miss in every sense of the phrase. The Phantom 6 is pitched as the boot to turn misses into makes, to give strikers that extra edge in front of goal. So this colourway plays right into that. A bold yellow, fiery orange and red wrapped around a deep blue core. This is supposed to represent the fire that burns inside with the calm of the ice at the centre. It's meant to represent striking fear into opponents and sparking confidence in the wearer. Nike calls this attitude scary good, fearless, a weapon in the final third. And while you can take that with quite the pinch of marketing salt, as a collector, what matters is actually the story is quite big, the visuals are bold, and the identity is tied directly to Haaland's game. That's the stuff that keeps a boot memorable long after the launch moment has passed. So Nike still haven't quite found their groove with Haaland. Those of you with not that short a memory will find this release sort of familiar. Not just from the last Haaland drop being the similar weather and elements design, this boot includes the new Haaland Force 9 logo, following on from the last Force 9 logo, which itself was from the name set found on his first 2 boots. It doesn't really scream Haaland to me, it's certainly not as considered as it could be, I reckon. Compare it to Vinny Jr.'s, Mbappe, even Rashford got one of those initials designs. This one for me is just a bit meh. Under the hood, it's the new Phantom 6 in all its glory. That tuned grip knit upper for consistent touch, a Cyclone 360 sole plate for sharp turns and a new anatomical last. A refined ankle collar and you've got one of the most comfortable and in my opinion, best performing Phantoms yet. For players, it's a genuine performance upgrade. For collectors, it's another chance to secure a pair that could be as revered as an original Hypervenom in many years to come. When it comes to resale and long-term value, what Haaland does in these boots really does matter. Fortunately, it can work both ways. For scenario 1, the hero moment. Say it's a hat-trick, a last-minute winner, a record-breaking night. These instantly cement the boot in history. Think CR7's Vapor Orange 4 free kick against Portsmouth, Messi's Golden Leander X winning the World Cup, Beckham's White Predator precisions against Greece. All become iconic after career-defining moments. But what about scenario 2, the rarer on-pitch model? Say if Haaland gets injured or only plays a handful of minutes in them, you might think this is a bust and the boot is done. Sure, from a retailer's point of view it is, but from a collector's point of view, this just makes the Phantom 6 an instantly rare sight. That scarcity alone can push up collector value. So you might think, yeah, but they're sitting, and yeah, that shows there's no demand right now. But collecting has taught me 2 things. 1, always collect what you want, not what you think others want to see. And 2, don't necessarily get sucked into the hype straight away and pay over the odds. So earlier I said, is this what buyers and collectors want? Nike markets this as a striker's weapon, but let's be honest, who's actually buying the Fire Within? Sure, some adults will want something flashy, but not screaming with another player name or branding, definitely will be tempted. More likely, kids will want them because they want to be the next Haaland, but in this case, most will be getting the cheaper tiers, not the elite boot here. And then there are collectors, so Haaland superfans, Phantom 6 completists like me. These pairs will sit on shelves on display, some might make it out for getting a signing, but much like a Chelsea tractor, hardly will any touch any grass in anger. Nike won't want to admit it, but this is a boot that will end up in more collectors' piles than changing rooms. Of that I'm very confident. So if you're looking for the best returns, you'll need to keep them dead stock, or start completing a full Haaland signature set. Make sure you always keep them in a cool, dry place. Keep all the tags, all the stuffing and the original box. These details will matter when it comes to condition grading later along the line. If you're chasing the whole Phantom 6 set, or just after Haaland signatures, this is going to be an essential addition. If you're after one of the best boots on the market right now, then I heartily recommend the Phantom 6 Low. It's up to you if this colour matches your style, but there are plenty of others already, and I'm no doubt there'll be more to come. And if you're looking to make some dollar thinking this is an easy flip, you might want to park that idea for a few months or maybe even years before you'll see a decent return on this investment. Now, no matter which you go with, hopefully you've enjoyed this video and are interested enough to hear the story behind and my collector thoughts. Make sure to drop any questions on your thoughts on this boot, the design or collecting in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can. In fact, I might even get round to doing a boot collector Ask Me Anything in the not too distant future. Okay, that's Ian, aka Boot Collector, wrapping up. Bye for now.